You look around and it seems like everyone else is ahead. Some are building families, others climbing careers, some traveling, creating, glowing, and you. You're just trying to get through the day without falling apart. By 25, you should have figured it out. By 30, you should have arrived. And if you haven't, you start to wonder if you failed, not just the plan, but yourself. You wonder if you missed something, a signal, a version of life that didn't wait for you to catch up. It was built slowly, through school systems, family expectations, and the invisible rules of society. You were given a silent checklist. Graduate by this age, succeed by that one, settle down soon after. No one asked if those timelines fit your story, they just handed them to you. You compare even when you don't want to. And because the voice sounds like your own, you believe it. You were never meant to fit someone else's timeline. You were meant to follow your own rhythm. Who learned to read first? Who got the highest grade? Who was the most ahead? Her friends are getting married, earning more, posting photos of milestones, and Maya still lives in a small apartment figuring things out. She held on to that sentence like a lifeline, a reason to believe her pace. ES&T a problem, just a different pattern. She's not lost, but she feels left behind. Social media doesn't show detours, delays, breakdowns. It only shows the final product and never the process. So you scroll through someone else's middle and compare it to your doubt-filled moment. It stalls. It collapses and restarts. Some people meet their person at 40. Some find their calling at 50. But timelines trick us into thinking there. Yes. A finish line we were all racing toward. And if we not close, we've failed. Where some graduate early and burn out by 30. Some wander for years and then find clarity in a single season. Some restart more times than they can count and still arrive exactly where they were meant to be. Some take the long way, not because they were behind, but because their path was never meant to be fast. But real growth can mean staying still long enough to feel. It's when you stop chasing what broke you, when you stop proving what you already are. When you soften into the truth instead of performing for it. It can mean choosing rest over urgency, healing over performance, or walking away from what once defined you. These are not steps backward. They are revolutions that happen beneath the surface. But that doesn't mean you're lost. It just means you're alive, moving, unfolding, learning in real time. The timeline you're holding yourself against was never meant to define you. There's just your story, written in real time, not against a schedule, but with depth, detours, and meaning. You do not have to be fierce to be strong. You do not have to be fearless to be brave. You do not have to be on time to be worthy. Promotions, engagements, new homes, they pile up like a quiet reminder that she's moving too slow. That too is growth. In fact, it might be the kind that lasts the longest. In every breath you take, every quiet act of showing up, every choice to keep going, that is your becoming. You are allowed to bloom late or differently or not at all in ways people expect, and still, your life is meaningful. She repeats affirmations, listens to podcasts, takes walks, reads books. You are growing, even if no one sees it yet. Sometimes, it looks like setting boundaries you used to avoid, forgiving yourself for things you once held against your chest, or finally letting go of people who never saw your worth. It's quiet, often invisible, but deeply powerful. But the feeling returns, especially at night, when silence makes it easier to hear her doubts. You're behind, they whisper. You should have figured it out by now. It was never said outright, but it was implied. In movies and conversations, in the silent way, people raised their eyebrows when you answered honestly about where you are. We absorbed it like oxygen, and now it shapes the way we see ourselves. Even when she celebrates her own wins, they feel smaller in comparison. Like she's clapping for herself in a room where everyone else is already miles ahead. The idea that speed equals success starts early, and we carry it with us long after we leave the classroom. Because deep down, some part of you believes there's a race, and you're behind. There's a quiet kind of panic that creeps in when milestones become measurements. She's learning that not all growth is fast or loud. Some of it is quiet, steady, and completely valid. There is only a life you haven't lived yet. But we remade to feel that their S1 fixed route, And if we re-not on it, we're lost. You are living a different shape of time, one that can't be compared, rushed, or replicated. And maybe, just maybe, you're right on time for your own becoming. Even moments of peace are interrupted by timelines. You rest, but feel guilty. You scroll and feel small. But here's the truth. Life isn't linear, and you are not late. The pressure to be on time didn't start with you. From childhood, we're taught to measure ourselves against others. Then comes the culture. The endless highlight reels of people achieving faster, younger, louder. As author Alan de Botton said, there is no such thing as a normal life. This pressure is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers. You should be further. You're falling behind. Everyone else figured it out. But the voice is an echo of systems, expectations, fears, not of truth. Her name is Maya. She's 29, kind, thoughtful, and always trying her best. But most days, she feels like she's late to everything. Every time she scrolls, something in her chest tightens. She tries to tell herself that life isn't a race. Once a mentor told her, "You don't bloom late, you bloom in your season." Maya isn't lazy, she isn't broken. She's just walking a longer path, with softer steps, toward a life that takes time to build. And maybe in some way, you are Maya too. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that life moves in stages. Graduate by 22, career by 25. Marriage by 30, success by 35. But life doesn't move in straight lines. It loops. Psychologist Carl Rogers once said, "The good life is a process, not a state of being. It is a direction, not a destination." The truth is, everyone is on their own clock. There is no late in a life that's unfolding at its own pace. Growth isn't always visible, doesn't always come with promotions, diplomas, or applause. We're told that success means movement. More, faster, louder. As writer Brianna Weiss puts it, true personal growth is often found in the moments where you choose differently, not loudly. You may not have reached the milestone others expect, but maybe you've done the harder work, becoming more honest, more self-aware, more kind to yourself. What if you stopped measuring your life by what you've checked off and started honoring who you've become while getting through it all? Maybe you haven't hit all the marks. Maybe your life doesn't look the way you thought it would. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not late to a life that is still becoming. As poet Nayyirah Waheed wrote, "You do not have to be fire to burn. This moment, right here, right now, is not the end or the beginning. It's just part of your rhythm. So take the pressure off. You are not in a race. You are not being judged. You're not falling behind. You are allowed to take your time. You're allowed to move slowly. You are not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be."